Now, you started in 1919. When did you retire?
March the 17th, 1973.
1973.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be 12 years ago.
It'll be 12
years.
March.
Now.
But I was on the floor.
I'm sorry that I didn't have an opportunity. Let me ask you right now, would you both agree to come back sometime in the future for another little interview? Because there's so many things I'm being reminded of that I forgot to advise you about. But,
and I brought a shuttle along.
Yeah, go ahead and, that's from what,
from the
World War II time?
No, I don't have, the first shuttles we had, they had a spindle. And the quill had a hole, and that fit in there. And then you had to use a hook. Wait till I find it. You had to have a hook to thread the shuttle. A thin, can't hardly see it.
Yeah.
And this is what you used when you had to put the threads through the heddles. These are the heddles. Now, when a heddle would break, you could put a piecing heddle in. And there is a hole where you'd get your thread through. Now I have a thread here.
I don't know if we can zoom in on this or not.
Well,
so just show the folks there that are watching on television.
Yeah.
You show them, Ariel.
Yeah. Oh. You'd have a heddle, and you'd go through the hole and bring it through, and then you'd have a reed. It was a fine reed.
Up and down reed.
No.
Sideways.
That went in straight. Oh, I have it cooked. Went in straight. You know, I can't hardly operate it. Well, at least it gives you an idea what it is like. You know. Then the loom, the shafts would go up and down. So many would go up at one time, and so many would stay down, and then the other ones would go up. And then this would be going up and down all the time. And then...
But the shuttle would be going back and forth,
yeah, the shuttle's going back and forth, but this is coming through, you know, from the warp.
Yeah.
From the warp, and that has to go through these.
Yeah.
In order to get the...
In between all of the warp.
Mm-hmm.
And be woven.
Yeah.
And then, of course, when this thing got low, then you had to pull it up and put a new, what is that, a quill? Is that?
Yeah. See?
Yeah. Then you'd have to put a new quill in.
Yeah. But now they have them automatic. But you don't need to bother with the filling, put the quill in. Since I quit.
That's a newer quill. This is a newer shuttle and quill.
Oh,
than what they had when...
oh, yeah.
I used to go up and clean quills. You had to take a razor blade and clean the surplus.
Yeah, but now they have them automatic that they clean themselves and fill themselves.
So that's actually a newer model of anything I've ever seen right there. May not be new in terms of what they have, but it's new to me. So that's a modern device there.
Yeah. It often spotted me that I didn't get one of the other shuttles, you know.
Yeah. The shuttle itself looks pretty much the same, but how it works is different.
When Biedman had it had a spindle up, and there you had a hole like these have. You put it through there, and then you pushed it down, and then you had to go through an eye and thread it up.
Real time consuming.
Yeah.
And it takes patience.
Oh, yeah, that's why you couldn't run more than one or two looms.
And I know that you were a smash hand the last several years. That is also a job that requires patience. And
oh, brother, that does. And what provoked me one day, your dad and I were working on a big smash. And there was a young kid come along, and she says to me, if you don't know how to do it, why ask me, I'll show you. And she left quick. I looked around, I thought, well, I thought to myself, did you ever run raw silk? I guess I know more about it than you ever did.
Yeah.
But it made your dad and me mad.
Well, naturally, that they really didn't know what they were talking
No,
about.
she didn't.
But
I guess she's up there yet. I don't know.
why, since we only have about, I'd say 5-6 minutes left, why, let's talk about something. During World War II, your son Raymond served in the United States Army and went overseas and was in combat and was wounded. And but they had an honor roll here in town.
Yeah.
And they had a parade of war mothers, which you were one.
Yeah.
And then they all marched in this parade and went to the new honor roll, and they had a grand opening celebration. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do, and I have pictures of it.
Well, now, how did that all come about? Do you remember
No,
anything
I
about it?
don't. I don't remember that, how it come about. I don't remember.
Do you remember being invited to it, or anyone telling you anything about it?
No, they just said all the mothers that had sons in were to come, so I went.
And you all marched together. See, we have movies of the war mothers marching in a parade, and then I guess you had seats of honor or something.
Yeah, they had.
They closed the main street down.
Yeah,
and then they had the unveiling of the honor roll and the reading of the names, and there was preachers there and singers and all that sort of thing.
I don't have a picture of that, but I have a picture of the honor roll that I do. You know, I didn't.
I think you might have shared that with the Historical Society. I think we got a copy of that
Well, maybe you did.
from you, yeah. I'm sure we do have.
Well,
But that was quite a beautiful honor roll.
It was.
Red, white, and blue, and very colorful and very prominent in the community. And there was an awful lot of support, not only in Beavertown and in Snyder County and in Pennsylvania, but through our whole country. We were all pulling together during World War II to win.
Yeah.
And there was a good feeling about it. And you were, being a mother of a veteran was a very important thing. Well, let me just quickly, before we close this session down, you were married and you have some children since we spoke about that. Who was your husband?
Charles Hassinger.
And when were you folks married?
May the 20th, 1921.
And then your oldest child was Raymond.
Mm-hmm.
He was born when?
July the 13th, 1924.
And your daughter?
And Rosie was born March the 12th, 1932.
And when did your husband pass away?
I hate to say it, it's 50 years tonight.
Is that right? This is the 50th anniversary tonight.
Yep.
Well, that's quite an occasion. That would have been on January the 10th, 1932.
35. This is 85.
Oh, you're all right, Elder. I'm going to move over here to Shem now. If you can follow along, Jim, though, keep it going. And just to close out tonight's activities, when were you married, Shem?
I was married on February the 27th, 1932.
And who is your wife?
Margaret McClellan.
Margaret McClellan Agler. Mm-hmm. And then you have some children.
Yes.
And who was the first one?
Twyla Agler was the first, and Wayne Agler was the second.
And when was Twyla born?
Twyla was born in 1934.
But date and month?
April. Let's see. Twyla was born in April, and Wayne was born in July. Twyla was born the 21st of April.
21st of April, 1934?
Yeah, and Wayne was born
21st of July?
No, the
5th.
5th of July, 1936.
1936. Okay, well, now that brings the families into the picture. We certainly don't want to omit them. And I want to thank both of you for granting us this time in this very cold evening, snow and ice, slippy roads and everything. I'm so glad you could come, and I'm sure the citizens of Beavertown, you've given us both very interesting information. Hopefully we can get some more, as I say. But for tonight, January the 10th, 1985, we're going to say so long and thank you both very, very much.